Hey everyone, my name is Mike Demaro, and I'm with Mike's Mission and Mike's Mission podcast show. And I want to talk about something that is really bothering me. It's really upsetting me, and I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I do want to talk about it because I feel that it is an important topic to talk about on here. And I feel that if you guys hear me out, you'll understand why I'm talking about it. And I feel that if you guys know. So, anyways, what I'm going to talk about is February 2026. You have the 2026 Springfield RV Camping and Outdoor Show, February 13th through the 16th. Then you have the Switch It Up rally on February 17th through the 20th in West Palm Beach, Florida. Now, the reason why I'm feeling a little upset about this is because the fact is, I've been trying to get people to come up to Springfield to the show. And back in January of 2025, I think January 1st, 2025, I actually posted a challenge to all the RV content creators to come to the 2026 Springfield RV Camping and Outdoor Show in West Springfield, Massachusetts. And And then I went to the show in Tampa this year in January, and I handed out little business cards, paper business cards that state about the show and everything else and the 2026 dates. Now, I did that early enough or I thought it was early enough because I was like, I really want to try to get people to come up to the uniqueness of the Springfield show because I think it's the only show in the entire world that the show is put on by a camping club, and they and it's put on by the volunteer campers of that camping club. And it really means a whole lot to me for me to showcase that show, to market it, to let people know, to let my RV content creator friends know, and all my other friends know about the show, because it is something that is a family tradition of mine. My grandparents joined the club in 1963 and with my dad. And in 1964 was their very first show, which was the second show. Ever since 1964, there's been someone in our family that worked at the show, every single year. So it started out with my grandparents and my parents and my uncle, and then we had my mom that married into the family. Then you had my sister, you had myself, and then my aunt when she was a member of the club. It's a wonderful show, and it's a great family show, and it's one of a kind. This is not like Hershey. This is not like Tampa. Yeah, I understand that Hershey and Tampa might be the best shows in the country. I get that because I love going to the Tampa show each and every January. But when it comes to the Springfield show, where does that get ranked? You know, I'm not trying to down anyone because the crew that puts on the Springfield show, the committee, does a really good job each and every year. And I'm really trying to get the RV content creators to come up and see why this show is special. You know, they may think, oh, the organization is a profit organization, a profit business. Not our club. Our club, we put it on. We're volunteers that put it on. We don't get paid, you know? And it's a great family camping club, you know? And I can understand that some people may think, Oh, isn't it chilly up in Massachusetts in February? The answer to that is yes, it can be. However, what you don't know is that the show is in three large buildings. Yes, even the campers go into the large buildings. So there you go. So that answers your questions. But you do have walkways to get to between the buildings so that you can get over to the other buildings and check them out and all that. And we have a great prize and entertainment group there. Like they give away prizes all weekend long, you know, and we have great entertainment for the whole family. And then if you're a vendor, there's a hospitality room in each of the buildings that is free to all of you. You get free snacks and beverages. And then if you're a vendor, our club puts on a Sunday night party for all of you to thank you for being a vendor. And you get to mingle with the volunteers too. You know what I mean? So, you know, I understand that there might be a lot of people that might think, why should we go to the show in Massachusetts? It is something that I'm proud of. That show is something special to me. And I know I live in Florida now. I get that. But I don't ever want to miss that show because to me, I skip Christmas every single year to be up there in February for the show. I do it because I see a lot more people in February than I would during Christmas. I sacrifice spending Christmas with my family to go up to the show in Springfield in February to see all my camping family up there. And, the members of the club, some of them have been around since I was born. I was born into the club. So, I mean, you know, so that's why I've been working hard to try to get you guys to come on up. And I know that now I'm hearing about this Switch It Up rally and all that's happening February 17th through 20th. And I'm like, I see all these RV content creators saying, oh, we're going to go to that. We're going to go to that. We're going to go to. It started making me feel a little upset. I get it. I understand that there's not a lot of people want to come up to New England, but still, it's like I felt discouraged because what was I doing? Why was I doing this? Why was I doing that? And I feel that it's like all the hard work for nothing. You know what I mean? You know, I have told a lot of RV content creators about the show, and I was trying to make it special for all of you to come. And, it's kind of hard for me to do it on my own to let you guys know about it. There's only so much that I can do, you know? And Mike's mission started a challenge back in January 1st to try to get you guys to come up to Springfield for the 2026 show. That would give you guys like 13 months to plan to come up to Springfield. But now I see that the Switch It Up rally is going to happen like the day after the Springfield show closes, and a lot of people may think, oh, we don't want to go up to Springfield and then go to the rally. You know what I mean? So, I still would like to see people come on up to Springfield. Whether you come up Friday to Sunday or whatever, and then you can come back down and all that. Um, I don't know if any of the campgrounds in the area, in the Springfield area, are going to be open. That's the problem. But, you can always fly up to Hartford and then stay and then rent a car or get transportation up to the Springfield area, and you can stay at a nice hotel in Springfield area. There are some nice ones. I know the Holiday Inn in Enfield is where the committee normally stays at. Then you have the Sheridan in downtown Springfield. That's a nice hotel. We stayed there before. There's a Baldwin Suites, Baldwin Inn and Suites across the street from the fairgrounds in West Springfield. We stayed there before. Then we stayed at the La Quinta in Springfield before. That's a nice hotel. Then you have the Hilton Garden in near the Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield. So there you go. There are several options for you guys to stay in the Springfield area that you would consider. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to help you. But it's just so sad because I try to get everyone to come and it's like nobody wants to come. So that raises the question for me, should I cancel the 2026 challenge to everyone and reschedule it to 2027? Plan it now? That way you will have like almost 18 months to plan it? Or do I keep the challenge going on? Because it's like I set this challenge and then boom, you have this rally that is going to try to take away from the people that I was trying to get up to come up to Springfield. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be rude to anyone. I'm just trying to say it as it is and, you know, just trying to get my thoughts out there of how we can get all of you to come up to Springfield at least for the show in Springfield. All the RV content creators. You know, I wouldn't be talking about this show if it wasn't special. And it is special to me. This this wonderful show in Springfield is the best. One of the best shows. And you can see why year after year after year. And I've spoken to quite a few RV content creators who have not camped up in New England. There's a lot of campgrounds in the New England area that go to the Springfield show. You can go to the show in Springfield, get your campgrounds booked, plan your vacations, plan your New England vacations, and they're all in one place at the show in Springfield. So, I mean, and I would like to also ask the people that switch it up and vendors or the sponsors of that rally that's going to be happening in West Palm Beach right after the show, right after the Springfield show, if it would be okay if we could partner up for the 2027 show in Springfield and try and get the people to come on up to Springfield. I know it might be a little hard because it might be cold and everything else, but I'm like, I've been trying and trying and trying to get all of you guys to come up to Springfield for the show, and it's been difficult. I know that a lot of people may think, oh, let's go to Hershey, let's go to Tampa, let's go Quartzsite. Why not Springfield? You know, People may think, oh, Springfield's just a little town and all that. No, Springfield is a wonderful city, birthplace of basketball, birthplace of Dr. Seuss. Up the road, the birthplace of volleyball, you know? And you have one of the best fairs in September in West Springfield at the same fairgrounds as the show, as our camping show. So, I mean, you know, yeah. So I would like to try work with you guys, but I hope you guys can work with me too, because I've been really trying to get this challenge going with Mike's mission and all of you to come up to the Springfield show, and yet we have this rally in West Palm Beach that most of the people are going to go to anyways, and probably don't want to go up to Springfield before that. It's just hard, all right? So I'm asking all of you RV content creators, my friends out there that are RV content creators. I'm asking switch it up. I'm asking all the sponsors of that rally, um, if there's a way that we could spread the word to try to get people to come on up to Springfield for the 2027 show. Because I don't know if people are going to willing to go up for the 2026 show. Even though I set the challenge since January 1st. So that's when I made the announcement about it. So, I mean, come on now. So I've been trying to get this challenge going for 8 months. And I don't know if it's going to work out. So that's why I'm trying to have it planned for 2027 right now. So I hope people will still come up for the 2026 show. But I mean, you know, but what? But if you're an RV content creator, if you're a potential vendor who I've spoken with at the Florida RV Super Show, I have a question for all of you. What will it take for you guys to come on up to Springfield in February? Springfield, Massachusetts, that is. What will it take? What suggestion do you have? How can I attract you to come on up? You know, I was originally from Agawam, Massachusetts, and that's why I have the connection with the club in Springfield, and that's why we have the connection with the show. Is because of that connection of me growing up in Agawam, Massachusetts, and growing up in this wonderful camping club that I have been a part of for over 41 years. Ever since March 17th, 1984, the day I was born, I've been involved with Pioneer Valley Chapter 8 of the North American Family Campers Association. And they are the proud club that are the promoters of the annual Springfield RV Camping and Outdoor Show at the Eastern States Expedition Fairgrounds in West Springfield, Massachusetts. You know? So, and you probably heard my ad on the Mike's Mission podcast show if you've been listening to the podcast, trying to tell you guys to come on up to Springfield. We love to have you, so. And now I want to do this video to try to get you guys to come on up and experience this one of a kind show that you will not find anywhere else. We're a family, our camping club's a family, and I consider all of you RV content creators part of my family. And I want to introduce the RV content creator family to my camping club family up in Massachusetts. So that's why I was trying to work so hard to get everybody to come on up. So I hope you understand, and I hope you'll make it. If not for 2026, dates are February 13th through the 16th, 2026. Then the 2027 show, February 12th through the 15th, 2027. Oh, and yes, I know there's going to be a conflict there too, because Commissioner Roger S. Goodell wants to have the Super Bowl in 2027 be on February 14th. And that's during the weekend. So there you go. So we'll have to wait and see if they move the game either to the 7th or the 21st. Because that weekend is known for the Daytona 500 and the NBA All Star game, you know. So, I mean, it's like the NFL's trying to break traditions with all the other leagues and all the other sports in the country and around the world. But that's for another video and another podcast segment, So, but anyways, I want to give you guys thank you for listening in to this video. Thank you so much for, oh, and thank you for listening if you're listening on the podcast, because it is something that I needed to express to you guys to let you guys know that I've really been trying to get you guys to come on up to Springfield. And it's just, how can we get you to come up to Springfield to check out the show? To have you guys meet my camping club family in Massachusetts. How can we do that? You know? And I really want to put Springfield on the map when it comes to RV shows. And so that's why I was trying to do it. So, alright, I have not made a decision yet whether I'm going to cancel the Mike's Mission challenge for the RV content creators for the Springfield show for 2026 and reschedule it for 2027. I have not made a decision on that, but I will make a decision on it soon so that those of you that want to go to the Switch It Up rally in West Palm Beach on the 17th through the 20th of February, you guys can go to that. And then hopefully you guys will consider coming up to the 2027 show in Springfield. Okay? I'll make that deal with you. And I hope to see you guys starting in January in Tampa at the 2026 Florida RV Super Show, and then in February at the 2026 Springfield RV Camping and Outdoor Show. I will not be at the Switch It Up rally on February 17th through the 20th because I'll still be up in Massachusetts at that point, either relaxing after the long show or just getting some rest before I have to pack up and head back down to Florida again. All right, so I'll talk to you guys all later. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.